Hi guys, Jake again. I thought I'd upload another video to this week of a Plaguefall 17 I did. Again, it's inspiring necrotic, notoriously affixes that people don't like. Necrotic's probably even worse in this week for Plaguefall, especially for us, as there's a lot of poisons and diseases going out. Even as being Kyrian, you obviously need to make a decision of when to use your Kyrian pot properly. If you use it for clear necrotic, or you use it for clearing the diseases and stuff. So yeah, let's hop in. So usual standard start. The big guy with the 3 mushrooms. It's not too bad. It's not fortified. There shouldn't be too much issues. Didn't charge off the bat. Probably should have, but it's okay. I know this pack is going to get destroyed. Everyone's got CDs up, and they're probably going to use it. Realize that the rogue didn't have on focus, so put focus. If you didn't notice, the healer died twice in that. He died to standing in the green puddle that the big ad spawns, and then he re-inked and died again to fungus storm, because obviously you can't stun it because it's inspiring mobs. So stun, get a charge in, get more block up time, which is great. Intervene a bit more. I would say just keep going, do the standard packs. Don't need to pull too big, especially this week. You know, necrotic can be bad. Hope fungal storm's going off, but I stun it at the last second. I don't know why, but stun it to intervene through the mobs. It's fine. They're not going to melee me. You tend to not want to intervene through mobs or stuff like that, because you'll get hit in the back. So you just need to be careful when intervening. You want to make sure, you want to know where people are. There is a DK here, so I don't know why I focus the rogue, as they tend to want to stand behind mobs more often than other melees, but that's okay. So not a big deal. You know, it's necrotic, sure, but these mobs aren't too bad. And I didn't even pull all of them, but they did all get pulled in the end, apart from one. Looks like someone pulled them in, but yeah, 45 stacks, 50 stacks. I don't really want to cleanse here. It's sort of pointless. You know, just kite a little bit. Nice, easy pull down. So, go in here, pull this guy. I want to do them on their own. I want to get some. Don't want to stack them. I've had too many times where I've tried to pull them at the same time, and yeah, there's been issues. Keep cutting away from the mobs. Same again with this guy. Just make sure he doesn't get hit by the orb, by the slimes. I absolutely notoriously hate these mobs, just because I'm gonna stand and cast forever. So he does get hit, but it's only 3 stack. This group's got high damage, like it's not much of a big problem. So I know this guy's gonna spawn pride, but we want to kill this little orb off, or this slime off, just because. Get a charge in on the manifestation, get some shield block time. Move out, because we're going to get the slime pool. Just have to be careful you don't hit people. I hit the shaman there by accident. That's okay. We survived. But my mistake. Probably should have stopped or done something, or moved a bit more. I did notice the shaman when doing this dungeon, but I thought he was going to move, but that's my mistake. Should have just, you know, taken the initiative and moved even further. So, Manifestation Dead, into the pool. Easy first boss. We all know how it goes. I got a rogue and a hunter, so we can actually do 2 sets of mobs, which is great, but hopefully we shouldn't need it. With Bloodlust and Prideful and everything, should be a lot of damage going into the boss. Should, you know, not need to use both Blind and Trap on 2 different mobs. We shouldn't get the second set of ads, I don't think. Especially looking at this damage in this pool, we were at 50% before the first ads even came out. I was like, oh, we're not going to get a second set, it's fine. So yeah, this boss, quite easy to keep shield block up on, obviously, because he knocks back. Always keep a charge for the knockback. You can run out and use 1, but make sure you have a charge for the stomp, otherwise you're just wasting stuff. So, got intervene, but stomp's coming up. Charge back. Intervene. Yeah, see. Okay, so I changed the DK there, because I'm like, well, it's going to be better than this rogue. This rogue's always going to be behind. Okay, so boss is in execute phase. Get stomp, charge back, just execute. Boss is gonna die. Don't need to worry about anything. Second set of ads coming, but boss is actually dead at this point. So this is where my route and plaguefall changes to most people. Or from what I've been told, a lot of people go right here. I tend to actually go left. And you'll see why later. So yeah, pull all these on top because I want to blow up this the spine breaker basically. Like I don't really care. So see a drop low there. I didn't have high stacks from necrotic, but I got I can't remember the cast name, but the claw on me, so I was dropping low. So I used pot to clear there, give the healer some room. Tried to get things in the barrel, but didn't. We actually just killed the spine breaker without killing the plague borers. So bit of a waste of the plague borers, but that's okay. Pack's dead. We didn't die. So yeah, I go left down this path because later on in front of the next boss, if you go right, you tend to spawn the prideful, the one trash pack before the boss, and going this way tends to going this way it leaves about 0.2% for that last pack left, and you'll see and so you have to kill that last pack at the same time before the next boss, but you do get a full prideful on the boss, which especially in this week I was like, we're gonna do this. I'm doing this route just because it's way better to get prideful on that boss, because you want a full prideful on that boss, because we all know that boss can be horrible in tyrannical weeks, especially that big green sludge that no one likes. So yeah, I know here we've got to pull the patrol and these two, and that will give us prideful before this this big pack. Not that the big pack's any issue on non-tyrannical week, on non-fortified weeks, but it's still a nice pack to have prideful for. It's like the biggest pull, one of the biggest pulls in the dungeon. But it's just easier just to blow it up, isn't it, with prideful? Might as well use your pridefuls where they're going to be most useful, and here is one of them. So bosses and one pack. I use it on here. So pull these two. Obviously the inspired mob is the one that needs to be interrupted anyway, so that's good. But obviously purple slime always reduces damage, which is always why you want to focus it. So here I know the big pack's coming up, so I'm trying to save intervenes and charges and stuff, just because I want shield block uptime on them. This guy's a caster, so like he's going to spend a lot of time casting, and like he's not going to melee that often, so only really shield blocking for the damage on shield slam really on him. That's fine. DK's told us that he's going to have CDs up for the big pull, so I think so am I, because you know, Might need them. Just put Ravager around anyway, get some rage. So it's dropping low, I haven't got shield block, I could intervene and stuff here, don't know why I'm not. Yeah, I'm just doing completely unmitigated stuff here. This is quite bad. Oh, there we go, shield block, lovely. But yeah, I could have intervened there, I could have charged the manifestation at the start, all that stuff. Just not doing it. So pop Blast Stand and Avatar into this pull because it can hurt. I know DK said he's had cooldowns, but yeah, this pack just melts because I think everyone just saved their cooldowns apart from the Rogue. I did, the Hunter seemed to, and the DK seemed to. So yeah, this pack just melted. But that's partly thanks to Pride as well, so you know, always good to have. As I said, Prideful at good points. So into Tentacles here. I hate these Tentacles. I hate the fact you have to do 2 and you can't skip them like you could at the start, but that's okay. So I tend to, on this one, always run to the other island because it puts the Plague Borers out the way for everyone else. And then if that Tentacle's still up, I'll leap back across when the Plague Borers explode. But as that Tentacle is dying, I just moved on to the next one to start it, which is way more useful. So I'm going to pick the Plague Borers up, try and move them to the side, give melee as much room as possible. Obviously me and the Rogue just overlap stuns on that Tentacle because you don't want it to pick anyone up and you can stun it to stop that happening anyway. So move on out of the Plague Borers, explosions, and just keep going. Now I know you can continuously use the Plague Borers to blow up packs, but I tend to not do it because I pug. If I was in a coordinated group I'd probably try it, but I pug 90% of my keys and it's just easier just to kill off this stuff. Like it's nice to have, but it's not needed, not at all. So keep going. So yeah, this is where my left route helps me out, I think, in keys and stuff like this. So we do this pack and we do the next pack, and we still haven't spawned Prideful, which is useful just because boss is coming. No one likes bosses in tyrannical weeks, especially this week as they last for a long time. So necrotic stacks can get out there if there isn't a reset, but a lot of bosses do have a necrotic reset if you can get there. So that helps. Like this guy, he leaps away and stuff, so you can reset your stacks and things quite easily if you want to. So yeah, lost a bit of aggro there, just taunt it back. Put Ravager down, now we're good. So we've got to kill purple first, just because, you know, stops damage on the rest. So yeah, because I know next pack we're gonna get Prideful, but you know you've got a Spine Breaker and you've got a Caster, so one has loads of health and one doesn't. So I just always say like kill the next pack at the same time, because some groups I come here and I don't say it and they just nuke down the plague binder, and yeah, we get manifestation with a huge Spine Breaker as well. So I've warned them, just try and do it. Like it's not like a big thing of it. It's not a big deal. Like it's not fortified. This guy's not really much of an issue. It's just the necrotic stacks might get a bit out of hand, depending on how long the Spine Breaker's up. But this group did really well at actually single targeting the Spine Breaker and killing them at the same time. So yeah, nice. Pick up the users into manifestation for the boss. Not much to say here. We're probably all used to manifestations at the moment. Just tank it, intervene if you can in the in-between times between the debuff going out. So he's asking for loss as soon as possible. So on 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. So here, you want to try and, or I want to try, like, you want to try and spell reflect every slime injection. I'm pretty sure you can, but I'm just bad and I miss some. Honestly, I know you can't. Okay, yeah. So you want to spell reflect every other one. Basically, make it nice and easy. Maybe you can. CDs just come off on DBM, but didn't use it, he leaped away, so we'll see. But I miss them because I'm bad. So I know you can root this and stuff, but they always tend to spawn as I'm thunderclapping or revenging or something, and then my trinket gets on them and stuff, so I just end up tanking them anyway. Because it's just easier, like it's not a big deal. Adds a bit extra time, but as long as the ads die, like it's not a big problem. As long as the green slime dies, like you can just kill the purple one and then you can just kill the boss. Like maybe in really high keys in a coordinated group it's a lot easier to do, but as I said, I pug a lot, so pugs always caution on safety. Don't believe that they're going to do stuff, so just, you know, got pestilent sludge that spawned, but got my trinket on it straight away, so it's not going to be in CC anyway. Yeah, boss leaping around. So I noticed it stopped leaping around, but I don't really want to go too close with the purple slime. Luckily the shaman interrupted the boss, brought it on top of me, which is nice. So we're close to it exploding there, but you know it didn't, so we're all good. So I've run out of files, I've noticed. I'm like, oh, I've got to get my steward out, I need a file. Stacks are, for a boss that hits quite hard, stacks are quite high, so kept files, immediately use one. Probably a mistake, probably didn't need to. Oh, I just walked into that, it was really bad. But yeah, probably didn't need to, because we got the big pull coming up in a minute. After the boss, and 2 pulls time, the big pull on the island. Might be better to use it there. Probably better to have potion up for that there, but oh well. So yep, take these. Try and pull the slime to the side, because if it doesn't get purged, it's going to leave the green on the side. Just pull it out of it. And we miss it with the pull, which is cool. So embrace, want to stun that. I shouldn't have stunned though. Obviously mine's a 40-second CD, and we need something for the shield mob that's coming up. Obviously I've got fear, but like there is always problems with fear, because you can always just not hit that target. But I fear here, luckily everything was taking enough damage to break fear instantly. But save shockwave again. So yeah, as I said, probably better to have file for this pull. But you know, it died pretty quickly. We only went up to 25 stacks, so it's not that scary. So yep, just do the ambusher on its own. I always tend to do this because ambushes on fortified, when they do ambush, hit really hard because they hit you in the back, and you don't want to get 2 sets of stealthlings out at the same time. Just because that can be a pain and you might not kill them all. So this pack's pretty horrible. You can't stop the shield if you don't kill the sniper and stuff, so I'm like, oh, we need to interrupt that, but I probably should have just pulled back, because now everything's inside the bubble, right? So we can't do any damage, so either should have pulled back from the sniper, because obviously it doesn't really move, it casts at range. Yeah, so that was just my mistake there. Luckily with cover we get stealthlings, so leap and I'll stun him. Nice and easy. Just let his shield run out, he's on his own. So now we move on to the next pack. It's a lot better of a mob to have inspired, because it is the shield one, so you can just stun him when he does the shield, which is way better. Overlap fear and gouge there. I don't usually run with rogues, so, and also in pugs they're sort of iffy on if they're good at using their CC or not. But for some reason these stealthlings don't get stopped by inspired. because I managed to stun them there, even though there's a spot inspired mob on top of them. So that's useful to know. So yeah, into Protfall just before the third boss. So this boss in the past, especially on this week, with it having extra health, with the necrotic stacks and everything, has been horrible. Let's just say it's a really horrible boss. But I think they've changed it in some regard, because I didn't feel in trouble. I didn't really ever have high necrotic stacks, so I don't know. They must have changed it. I don't think the ads give you necrotic stacks anymore. So it makes this fight really easy. So yeah, just go in. Not that treants and mirror images work anymore, but everyone has to be ready. We have to go and be ready to pick up ads, just because they're going to spawn at some point. But yeah, I'm only at 3 stacks, and it's already dropped off, so it doesn't seem to melee. It's alright. Luckily, people go out to try and get the ads in. And yeah, they're meleeing me, but I don't seem to get stacks. So I think they've changed this boss, because you don't get stacks from the ads, it seems like, anymore, which is really useful, obviously. Because this boss used to be really bad in Tyrannical. And I'd usually, like, I have my pot here, I even saved it for this boss coming into it, because I was like, this boss is going to be awful. It really wasn't an issue. So yeah. But I remember back in last time it was around, or time before that, whatever, trying to tank this and having to save pot for like 50 stacks, trying to stay high at 50 stacks to then use pot just to get through the boss fight, because it was going on for so long. But maybe it's a combination of like more gear people have, so more damage and stuff, and they remove the ads giving necrotic stacks and stuff, you know, it's pretty easy. Yeah, we'll just finish off the boss. Get to execute phase, get assassins, so go pick them up. Luckily enough, they're all close by. Run back into range. So yeah, I always like to, so I make a mistake here. I always think there's 17% downstairs. There's not. I even have a weak aura telling me there's not. But I'm like, well, we're at 82%. We can go do the slimes, of course, yeah. But I still think, because it's 17%, we're 0.2 off. We're not. I could have gone down and done the slimes, but it doesn't really matter. Like, these mobs are fine. Okay, there's a stealthing guy. You need to interrupt and stuff, but like, okay, we lost a few seconds. I could have gone down and done the slimes, but you know what? I'll take it. That was my mistake. It's fine, but it doesn't matter. Just where your mob count is. Could have saved time. Didn't have to run back. It's trade-off. Fortunately, we didn't manage to stop all the caster stealthlings. We got one, but that's fine. Go back, stop the Venom Fang cast. So now we can go into the final boss room. So I get it in some weeks. We obviously do the skip to the backpacks. It stops him moving around and stuff, obviously, which is really useful. But I don't think this week it was really needed. Like, everything just dies really quickly anyway. It's non-fortified. These mobs don't have much health at all. But you skip through anyway. Go kill these all, and get Protfall for the last boss. So yeah, just killing him off here. Does his teleport a few times. There we go. Into Plaugefall. And then into the last boss. So a few strategies here. Obviously you could lust the pull and just completely make phase 1 not a thing, but someone asked it and I find it easier. You should lust the second phase. It's the harder one of the two, in my opinion, and you should cooldowns first and last, unless you have cooldowns up for every single one. If you can only have cooldowns up for two of the phases, use them in first and last. If you can have them all, use them on all, obviously. So yeah, just holding Spear and Ravager here for when the ad spawns. It's obviously extra damage, but it's obviously extra cleave damage that's useful on this boss. So Infectious Rain really hurts, as you can see on this difficulty. But we just phase at the end of Infectious Rain, so he just got a lot of time to catch up. And here I'm just playing safe. Like, I don't particularly want to get hit by these tentacles, and no one does, so just trying slowly to get some aggro of these. Not like spending too long there, just hitting them a little bit, moving back into the safe zone. So yeah, as we are running AM because we're running Reprisal, we got CDs back. Even pot this phase because no lust is coming. We just want to push this as fast as possible. Again, I've saved Ravager, it came off cooldown, and I'm going to have Spear on this ad just to help with the cleave damage on the ad because we obviously don't want it up too long. So we've got Infectious Rain, but we obviously don't want to get the next one. We really want to try and push before the next Infectious Rain. Looks like it's going to happen. Do get another growth though, but pushes that comes in, so that's fine. Just want to tank the guy. Not too much of a big deal, just make sure we're safe. Make sure we're safe again. Try and keep aggro on these ads so they don't turn around and one-shot some melee or ranged player because they've got aggro of them. So final phase here. Coming into execute stuff, just using last stand, get a bit more extra rage for more damage. I'm not going to die to Infectious Rain. Obviously I've got pot which I can use, I've got shield wall I can use for it, but just move safely to avoid the slams. Obviously you don't get growths and you don't get that extra ad in this phase, but you get the small ads, but I mean there's not much I can do against them. So leap over, just get to the safe spot, everyone else can run around. They kill the boss. Everyone's slowly dying from Infectious Rain though, so it's quite close, but you know, healer keeps us topped up and boss is dead. And then the key. So, thanks for watching if you made it this far. Hope you enjoyed and found it useful. Thanks.